Hello everyone, welcome to the course of microbiology. It is MBT 202 designed for MSc Biotechnology second semester students. Uh, and today's topic is genome replication, transcription, and protein synthesis in animal viruses. So there are two types of animal virus. We have already go through this, that DNA viruses and RNA viruses. So let's start with DNA viruses. And genome replication and transcription in DNA viruses, actually they follow some basic steps. And the early part of the synthetic phase, it is governed by the early genes. And these genes, the product of genes, they are devoted to taking over the host cell and to synthesize the viral DNA or RNA. DNA replication usually occurs in the host cell nucleus, except in case of pox virus, because pox virus, it is a large size virus. And the replication of pox virus, although it is a DNA virus, but it takes place inside the cytoplasm. So the next, messenger RNA. At least early messenger RNA is transcribed from DNA by host enzyme, except pox viruses. Because in case of pox viruses, their early messenger RNA, it is synthesized by a viral polymerase. Okay, so let's talk about the pox viruses. The pox viruses genome, it contains, actually it is the largest double-stranded DNA virus known, and are morphologically very complex. These pox viruses, and pox viruses, they cause airborne diseases like smallpox, cowpox, smallpox, etc. And the genome size, the genome of smallpox or pox virus, it possesses over 200 genes. So you can imagine how much large this virus genome is. So this virus actually enters through receptor mediated endocytosis, as we have already discussed earlier in this course. And receptor mediated endocytosis in coated vesicles. So the central core escapes from the endosomes and enter the cytoplasm. The central core contains a DNA dependent RNA polymerase that synthesizes early messenger RNA. Then early messenger RNA product, that is an enzyme, complete the uncoating of the virus, and DNA polymerase and other enzymes needed for DNA replication are synthesized early in the reproductive cycle. So, actually, the replication of this virus, the genome replication, it begins within 1.5 hours after infection. So, DNA replication, it is coupled with the transcription of late gene. Okay, so in one hand, DNA is replicated, and simultaneously the transcription of late genes is takes place. Many late proteins are structural protein used in capsid construction, and the complete reproductive cycles in pox viruses, it takes around 24. So this is a an overview of pox virus DNA replication or genome replication. Let's talk about another type of virus, that is known HEPA DNA virus, which causes hepatitis B disease. These viruses are unique because they have an incomplete circular double-stranded DNA genome that consists of one complete but nicked strand and a complementary strand that has a large gap. You can see in this figure that this light blue, this dark blue color DNA strand, it is complete, okay, but it is nicked, while this violet color DNA segment, it is a DNA fragment, it is incompleted, that is known as gapped DNA. After infecting the cell, the virus gap DNA is released into the nucleus. Okay, so this gap DNA, it is released into the nucleus, and host repair enzyme fill the gap and seal the nick. After releasing inside the host cell, what happens? The gap is filled and the nick is sealed by the host repair enzymes, and the transcription of viral genes occurs in the nucleus using host RNA polymerase and yield several messenger RNA and a large 3.4 kilobase RNA known as the pre-genome. This is pre-genome RNA. The messenger RNA are translated to produce virus protein, including core protein and a polymerase having three activities. Remember, this polymerase is a specific type of polymerase which contains three activities: DNA polymerase, reverse transcriptase, and RNase H activity. Then the RNA pre-genome associate with the polymerase and core protein to form an immature core particle. After that, reverse transcriptase subsequently reverse transcribe the RNA using a protein primer to form a minus strand DNA from the pre-genome RNA. Pre-genome RNA has been degraded by RNase H, and the remaining RNA fragment, it serves as a primer for synthesis of the gap double strand DNA genome. Using the minus strand DNA which has been already synthesized, this minus strand DNA, it acts as a template. Finally, the nucleocapsid is completed and the progeny variants are released. Next topic in this uh, class, it is genome replication, transcription, and protein synthesis in RNA virus. So, as we know that the RNA viruses are much more diverse in their reproductive strategy than our DNA virus. Why? Because RNA virus, they exist in different forms, not only single stranded and double stranded, but single stranded positive strand and single stranded negative strand, along with another type of replication which involves DNA as an intermediate. So, RNA viruses can be placed in one of four general groups based on their modes of genome replication and transcription and their relationship to the host. All RNA viruses must encode an RNA dependent RNA polymerase, which is used to synthesize messenger RNA or to replicate the RNA genome. So when it is used to synthesize messenger RNA, then this RNA dependent RNA polymerase have transcriptase activity, and when it replicate the RNA genome, then it possesses replicase activity. Another interesting aspect of the life cycles of RNA viruses is related uh, to the synthesis of their proteins. A key feature of translation in eukaryotic cell is that their messenger RNA molecules encode a single protein, while RNA viruses uh, kindly focus on this topic that RNA viruses must generate multiple proteins, and several strategies for achieving this have been already developed. The polyprotein is later cleaved to give rise to all the proteins needed by the virus to complete its life cycle. So, in some cases, the some RNA viruses have segmented genome, and each segment can be used to encode a different protein. While some RNA viruses have an RNA dependent RNA polymerase that is able to initiate messenger RNA synthesis at internal sites along the template RNA. So this generates subgenomic messenger RNA, which is messenger RNA that is smaller than the RNA genome. And RNA splicing is used by some RNA viruses to generate different transcripts and therefore different proteins. So another approach to translate a number of proteins by a single RNA is the translation itself may lead to synthesis of multiple proteins through ribosomal frame shifting, which causes, actually in case of ribosomal frame shifting, translation of a different reading frame yielding a different protein with each frame read. It takes place. So many RNA viruses use several of these strategies to produce a full array of viral protein by a single messenger RNA. So this is a very interesting property of these viruses. So let's talk about the positive, the replication, transcription, and protein synthesis in positive strand single strand RNA virus. And the most studied single stranded RNA virus having positive strand is the Pico RNA virus, such as poliovirus. Along with this poliovirus, Toga viruses also belongs to the positive sense single strand RNA viruses family, that is Togabrody. So what happens, uh, as we know that this single stranded RNA virus means they possess positive RNA single strand as its genome. Okay. So they use their positive strand RNA genome as a giant messenger RNA, and host ribosomes synthesize an enormous peptide that is then processed by both host and virus encoded enzyme to form the mature protein. So first, this RNA it directly acts as messenger RNA, and it utilizes the post translational machinery to synthesize the protein, and this protein is then processed by both host and virus encoded enzyme to form the mature proteins. One of the protein is RNA dependent RNA polymerase that catalyze the synthesis of negative strand RNA from the positive strand genome. And after that, this positive and negative RNA strands they together form double stranded RNA, and this double stranded RNA it is known as replicative form. The replicative form is used as the template for synthesis of positive strand RNA molecule, and some of which serves as messenger RNA molecule. Other positive strand RNA molecule are encapsulated. Other molecules of positive strand RNA they are encapsulated and serve as progeny genome. And the formation of the replicative form triggers sometimes it triggers certain host defenses, including interferon production, which actually inhibit viral replication. So only a small amount of negative strand RNA molecules synthesized, because in case of animal, there is no replicative form of the RNA. It exists. So only a small amount of negative strand RNA molecules synthesized to limit the number of double-stranded replicative forms and hence production of interferon. Okay. So this is how this positive strand RNA virus replicate, transcribe, and translate its protein. Next type of RNA virus, it belongs to the negative strand RNA, single strand RNA viruses, and because the genome is negative strand RNA, so it cannot function as an messenger RNA. It must bring at least one RNA dependent RNA polymerase into the host cell during entry. So, one RNA dependent RNA polymerase is much associated with the genome, and as in case of orthomyxovirus, for example, influenza virus, which has segmented genome, that is, the genome consists of multiple pieces or segments, and the protein subunits that make up the polymerase as well as other proteins coat the RNA genome. So polymerase enter the host with the viral genome. Genome then serves as the template for messenger RNA synthesis. You can see here in this figure that the negative strand along with the polymerase, it enters inside the host cell, and it acts as the template for synthesis of this messenger RNA. And then this positive strand RNA, it acts as template for synthesis of the negative strand genome segments. And on the other hand, this messenger RNA, it translates different proteins which are required for the structure of the virion particle. So one of the very important example of this negative strand RNA virus is the rhabdovirus, which have helical nucleocapsid and their genomes are linear, negative single-stranded RNA, and the size of this genome is around 11 to 15 kilobase in length. So next topic is double-stranded RNA viruses. So, double-stranded RNA viruses, the nature of the double strand of their genome prevents translation of the plus strand within the RNA duplex. So, these viruses uh, actually, if the double-strand RNA genome is released into the host, it could trigger host defense that might abort the infection process. Therefore, these viruses not only bring into the cell an RNA-dependent RNA polymerase, but they also keep their genome enclosed in a subviral particle. So it is within the subviral particle that synthesis of messenger RNA takes place. This positive, this double-stranded RNA, it remains enclosed in the subviral particle, and the synthesis of messenger RNA it occurs within this particle, and after that, the messenger RNA molecule released from the particle and are translated by the host into various viral protein, and some of these are used in the assembly of additional particles containing positive strand RNA. The positive strand RNA is the template for the synthesis of negative strand RNA, and the double stranded RNA genome is regenerated. So you can see here, first this double stranded RNA genome, it is released in host cell, but it remains within the subviral particle, and messenger RNA synthesis takes place within the viral particle. After that, the messenger RNA releases from subviral particle to synthesize protein and give rise the double stranded RNA genome, which readily get packaged into the capsid to avoid the immune response, because we have already discussed that in animals there is no double stranded RNA, and hence it is considered as an antigen, and a vigorous immune response takes place after release of this double stranded RNA into the animal cell. So, the representative genera of this double stranded RNA virus, it is rotavirus, which is a double-stranded RNA virus which belongs to the family Reoviridae, and it causes diarrheal disease among infants and young children. It is very fatal disease. So, next topic is retroviruses. Retroviruses such as HIV possess single-stranded RNA genome but differ from other single-stranded RNA viruses in that they must first synthesize DNA before transcribing messenger RNA and replicating their genome. The virus has an RNA dependent DNA polymerase that is known as reverse transcriptase that copies the positive RNA genome to form a negative DNA molecule. A transfer RNA is carried by the virus and serve as the primer required for the nucleic acid synthesis. The transformation of RNA into DNA takes place in two steps. In the first step, reverse transcriptase uses the positive RNA as a template to synthesize RNA DNA hybrid. This is RNA DNA hybrid, and then ribonuclease H. It, which is a component of reverse transcriptase, it degrades the positive RNA strand to leave negative strand DNA strand, and after synthesizing negative DNA, the reverse transcriptase uses it as a template to produce a double-stranded DNA that is known as proviral DNA. This double-stranded DNA, it is known as proviral DNA. In case of HIV, uh, this proviral DNA, it becomes integrated into the host cell genome, and from there host RNA polymerase can direct the synthesis of messenger RNA and new positive RNA genome, and during this process genetic information is transferred from RNA to DNA rather than from DNA to RNA as in case of natural cellular information cellular information flow. So, this is a brief retrovirus replication. Now, let's talk about the HIV virus. Actually, the HIV-1 virion, you can see here this HIV-1 virion. It is an enveloped structure. This is envelope, and this envelope structure, it contains 72 external spikes. These are the spikes, and the number of spikes is 72. These spikes are formed by the two major viral envelope protein, GP120 and GP41. This is GP41 and this is GP120. The HIV-1 lipid bilayer is also studded with various host protein, including class 1 MSC, class 2 MSC. You can see here, this is class 2 MSC, class 1 MSC, protein, that is major histocompatibility complex molecule, which acquired during virion budding. The cone-shaped core of HIV-1 contains four nucleocapsid protein P24, P9, P7. This is P7, P17, each of which is proteolytically cleaved from a 53 kilodalton GAG precursor by the HIV-1 protease. The phosphorylated P24 The phosphorylated P24 protein is associated with the inner surface of the lipid bilayer and stabilizes the exterior and interior components of the virion. The P7 protein, it binds directly to the genomic RNA through a zinc finger structure. So the core of this HIV, it contains two molecule of RNA as their genome. So the retroviral core contains, as I have told you, two copies of the single-stranded HIV-1 genomic RNA that is associated with the various preformed viral enzyme, including, you can see here, this is reverse transcriptase, integrase, ribonuclease, and protease. Protease and ribonuclease. So this is the structure of HIV. Then next topic is the life cycle of HIV. Here you can see the virus, it is absorbed onto CD4 plus host cell. The CD4 uh, host cell, which possesses receptor, specific receptor to which this virus get bind. So it is a receptor mediated endocytosis, and it get endocytosed. The twin RNAs are, then you can see here, it is after endocytosis, it undergoes uncoating, and that two molecule of RNA, they release inside the uh, cytoplasm, and as soon as the RNA along with the reverse transcriptase protein, it releases inside the cytoplasm, the reverse transcriptase, it gets activated and starts synthesis of the complementary strand of the DNA. So after synthesis of complementary strand DNA, what happens? The RNase H activity, which remains associated with reverse transcriptase, it degrades this RNA, and this negative strand DNA, it acts as a template for synthesis of second strand. So finally, double stranded DNA, it formed, and this double stranded DNA, it can be inserted into the host chromosome as a provirus. You can see here this double-stranded DNA, it get integrated in the host genome chromosome, and it act as a provirus. Now it is known as provirus, that is latency. So the provirus genes are transcribed by general procedure when the host DNA itself transcribed, the proviral DNA, it is also transcribed into messenger RNA. Viral messenger RNA is then translated into virus component, that is capsid, reverse transcriptase, spike proteins, and the virus is assembled. The mature viral particle, it then bud from the host cell, taking host membrane as the envelope. And remember, the spike protein, which remains embedded in the envelope of the virus, it is purely coded by the viral genome. Here, these are the reverse transcriptase, different capsid protein, along with the spike protein. So, this is all about the HIV life cycle. Thank you very much.